Best scene, every purpose under heaven. Interior, City Hall, continuous. Mayor Tibley is pacing down the hallway with the police chief.
How many?
We confirmed 262 people from the plane crash in Central Park, 47 from the pileup on Broadway.
Son of a bitch.
And some of my boys investigating a double homicide that just came in as well.
Well, this is going to be a long day.
The police chief leaves the building. Mayor Tibley stops on the steps of City Hall. He takes a deep breath and looks out on his city. Interior, newsroom, continues. A green team producer flags some weather stories.
The tornado hitting Oklahoma has already claimed 89 lives. Also, getting reports of blizzard conditions in South Dakota, causing bad roadway delays. Yellow team, make a note of that.
I got it.
Just in, a 6.9 earthquake outside of Los Angeles. Crews are still assessing damages and fatalities.
Keep on it. Here are my notes from the plane crash over at Central Park, Lisa. No survivors, unfortunately. All 212 people on board were killed, 262 altogether.
Heaven above. Excellent work, Tony.
Thanks.
Hey, Tony, we're getting word of an attack on a London Ferris wheel. Al-Qaeda is claiming responsibility for sending the wheel right into the Thames. All 18 on board were killed.
All right, stay on it. I have to go check with the engineers on building status.
Tony races out of the newsroom.
Mrs. Stanford, the school shooting in Birmingham left all 26 dead.
Any leads to a shooter?
He's in custody. His name is Benjamin Merleby, 36 years old, has a history of mental problems. His wife recently left him and took the kids.
Gather as much info as you can and stay on it.
Lisa positions herself in the center of the newsroom.
That's our motto today, people. Stay on it.
Lisa races out of the studio. Interior, stairwell, continues. Tony is running up the stairs, huffing. Along the way, he slips on a wet spot and begins to roll down. After a hard landing from multiple flights, his eyes roll to the back of his head and close shut. Tony is killed on impact. Interior, newsroom, continues. Susie is in an empty conference room. As the chaos ensues outside, she sits and chants Psalm 23.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He refresheth my soul. He guides me along the right path for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. He prepares a table for me in the presence of mine enemies. He anoints my head with oil. My cup runneth over.
As Susie chants the psalm, her phone buzzes.
Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life.
Susie reads the text she has received. With an all-caps phrase, he is gone. Susie begins to sing.
I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Susie breaks down more intensely.
No. No!
Her screams fill the newsroom. Vera, having been talking with the producer, takes notice. She runs into the conference room and towards Susie, comforting her as best she can. Lisa looks on emotionally, but says and does nothing. As Vera holds Susie, Vera looks up at the ceiling. She cannot help but tear up. Exterior, Indian Ocean, continuous. Abdi puts Salon and the children in a boat made of bamboo branches. He pushes the makeshift boat into the waves of the Indian Ocean. As they go further into the horizon, he stands along the shoreline. Waves crash onto his feet. David looks solemnly on.
God, bring them home to you.
A tear streams down Abdi's face. David sniffles and approaches him.
Come on, Abdi. I'm bringing you to America, come hell or high water.
Abdi smiles at David as they hug. Interior, City Hall, continuous. Dottie and Mayor Tibley are sitting on his office couch. Both are trying to eat some sandwiches, but are having a hard time doing so. They look out the window at the chaotic happening outside in the world and the city.
How long before your next press conference?
About an hour. Frankly, I'm more concerned with people, including the press, trying to stay safe.
Sounds logical. I think we all share that concern.
How do you think our daughter is feeling?
Hopefully, Vera is braver than most. But I imagine she would be just as scared as anyone who has been faced with the uncertainty of death. I only hope that God will bring us where we need to be, even if it means going home.
She looks up. Mayor Tibley mimics this move. He looks back at Dottie with a smile.
I'm just glad he blessed me with the both of you.
Dottie smiles. As they lean forward to kiss, Dottie moans and loses balance. She clenches her chest.
Dottie? What is it?
I don't know.
Dottie collapses.
Get an ambulance in here, now! Dottie, can you hear me?
She nods. Mayor Tibley looks up frantically.
Where the hell are they?
An assistant runs into the room.
They're coming up, sir.
Stay with me, Dottie, please.
Dottie grabs Mayor Tibley by the hand and nods. She can hardly breathe. A couple of paramedics enter the room.
Get her on the stretcher.
Right away.
The two carry Dottie out. Mayor Tibley hurries behind them. As he leaves,
Get the lieutenant mayor on the phone. Tell him to cover the press for the rest of the day.
Right away, Mayor.
the assistant scampers to the phone and dials on it. Mayor Tibley runs after Dottie on the EMS stretcher. Interior Hospital continues. Dottie is being carried into an ER. A doctor and 3 to 4 nurses operate around her.
What's the pulse?
Very low, only 46 BPM.
Get her into ICU. Stat.
Right away.
Blood pressure's dropping, 98/54.
Get her fluid drip while I get the defibrillator.
Drip is on.
I'm not getting a pulse.
Okay, ready line 7. Clear!
The doctor attempts to revive Dottie, but is unsuccessful.
Ready line 8. Clear!
His second attempt is also unsuccessful.
Ready line 9. Clear!
After the third attempt, Dottie is not revived. Her heart monitor goes flat. The doctor is not happy.
I'm calling in. Time of death, 2:46 p.m.
Mayor Tibley is beside himself, speechless. He walks out of the room. Taking notice of all the other patients in the ER, he is overcome with grief. He makes his way out of the hospital and cries.